Welcome back. The places are weird and they are wild. Get ready to uncover hidden haunts from lots of history right here in town with help of Secret Kansas City. Secret Kansas City author Anne Kniggendorf. She is joining us live for a spectacular perspective on local spots with frightfully good stories. So Anne, thank you for your time this morning. Please tell us a little bit about your book and how it may help families have fun this Halloween.
Thank you. The project was finding weird places around Kansas City, and it turns out that they're all over the place, but unless you're thinking about it, you don't see them. So I think if people are even walking around their neighborhoods trick-or-treating, or not trick-or-treating because that might not be very safe, but walking around their neighborhoods, they can find little markers that they've ignored for years and years. And if they check them out and do a little research on them, they'll find that they're probably pretty strange and a lot of overlap with scary, creepy stuff too.
Okay, so I feel like you have so much knowledge and insight on all of this. Can we please ask you, what is your favorite thing to do on Halloween?
Well, I am a big fan of walking around the neighborhood. It's just a chance to walk around at night, which I don't usually do, even though I love to walk. And until I started this book project, I ignored all those little markers around my neighborhood. Now, most neighborhoods have some kind of marker. There's one in KCK that I bet a lot of people ignore. It's for White Feather Springs. It marks where a guy named Tenskwatawa is buried. He was Chief Tecumseh's brother. Wow. And when Chief Tecumseh, his brother, was killed, he issued a curse, a presidential curse. And some people think that that was responsible for the deaths of everybody from McKinley and Lincoln all the way to Reagan's assassination attempt when it was broken. So if you live in that neighborhood and you've ignored that all this time, that's a treasure right there.
It truly is. I mean, you're telling us that there could be a curse right here. Let's talk about this too. How did the project change the way you see your hometown?
Well, just by I opened my eyes to all of these little places. I'm not one for reading those little signs and markers, and the book isn't all about signs and markers, but even just landmarks that we pass all the time that we tend to ignore. So it really just got me to looking at everything around Kansas City and the surrounding areas through fresh eyes.
Makes sense. Now, is there anything that you wanted to include, but maybe it didn't make its way into the book?
Well, a lot of people have heard that the Kansas City Power and Light Building was inspiration for the Ghostbusters building. At the end when the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is exploding and there are all the lights and the lightning and stuff. Now, I've even heard that out on, I did a tour of town to try to find new stuff, and the tour guide said that that was true. But when I researched it, I couldn't find any evidence that the Power and Light Building had anything to do with Ghostbusters, but that's like this rumor. So I tried really hard not to include things that had no basis in fact, but that was a really fun one I wish that I could have included, yeah.
Well, Anne, I'm sitting here laughing. I'm very familiar with that building, so just laughing over here. Thank you so much for your time, and happy Halloween.
Yes, happy Halloween. Thanks so much for having me on.
Thank you. Kelly?